I feel like you'll definitely be a world champion, and yeah, I love to see.
Oh god, don't make me cry. I mean, I feel like he should talk more about his childhood because his was like,
Yeah, because we are
You used to like-
we're 9 years apart. So
yeah.
when Sammy was born, I remember the day that Sammy was born, my mom fell off the stairs. She rolled down the stairs, and my dad was like, "Oh, you're okay." And that night, I remember my dad driving like crazy to get to the hospital. But it was a nice week for me because mom had to stay in hospital with you, and my dad had to go. So my dad dropped me at my friend's house, and I stayed surfing for a week by myself. So
No
I was like,
parent,
I should have more brothers and sisters. But yeah, I was just like, this is cool. And I remember Sammy, like you start riding a skateboard even before you walk. So the skateboard was the way you used to get to places, which was funny. Like he didn't walk, he didn't crawl, he just had a skateboard like going everywhere.
It's my vehicle.
Like knocking people's ankles all the time, which was nice. And yeah, I just remember walking a lot because we used to live so far from the beach.
Yeah.
I had to walk like, I don't know, 10K to go surf.
Or bike or walk.
I used to ride a bike, but I fell on the...
I remember.
Yeah, I fell, and then my mom, she'd say, oh, no more bikes, so I had to walk. But yeah, for me, the best part was the surf school days. Those are like the best days. Because I was like teaching kids how to surf, but surfing, and you were there, and my sister was there. And my dad was still competing, and so we didn't see them as much, but my mom was always there. And then I kind of started doing the pros, and I had the heat against my dad, which was cool too. We both lost. I don't remember if you were in the event.
I was there. I remember being there.
Yeah, I
that
think
day.
you were, but yeah, we both lost, so that was our only heat together, which was pretty funny. I remember the first time I took you to a QS to see Owen.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah. Sammy was like...
I was the biggest fan of Owen when I was that age. Owen, Joel, and I think Jordy, probably.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, Owen is my buddy, like...
Yeah.
Because I did all the Rip Cougar search, and I remember meeting Owen and Ryan. They were like, I don't know, 14, Laura, and all those, everyone. So I was like, oh, Owen is my friend, let's go there. And then you asked him for an autograph, and it was Guarujá, right? So,
Yeah.
I
didn't have the guts to go ask for a photo, so I don't have that photo with him. But
funny days.
It's cool, like, cause I feel like the story keeps like repeating because you grew up competing with guys your age from Australia, like Owen, Julian, and I had my generation. And it's like you keep competing with the same people until now. Like I feel like it's cool to see that. Like competed against Ethan my first QS year, and seeing him for the first time, and me and my dad are like, whoa, this guy's getting nines, like falling off on the third turn, like he's pretty gnarly. Just still like growing up and keep competing against each other, and you have your generation. It keeps happening over and over again, like every generation. You just
I remember one event that I was going to Fiji and I had a 12-hour layover, and you were surfing Lowers event, a junior event at Lowers,
yeah,
the Volcom.
Volcom,
Yeah, and then you're competing against Jake Marshall,
Jake,
Mateos,
Cole,
Cole, yeah.
Baron, everyone was
Yeah,
there.
everyone was there, and I remember just driving down, and you're like, "Oh, what should I do?" And I was like, "Just don't get closeouts at Lowers." Like,
That's the only thing.
That was the only. It's the hardest thing to do because I think you got a couple closeouts and before I was like, it's harder to get a closeout Lowers than a better wave.
Yeah.
And I remember just saying to you like those two peaks that Lowers have, and you end up smashing like Jake and those guys in the final because Jake's a bit older than you. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, Sammy's pretty gnarly." And I remember just like how Dad used to make boards so different for us.
So different, yeah.
My board is like full concave, like so rockery, and Sammy's like flat V bottom. So it's like
huge flick on the tail.
Flick on the tail. And yeah, just having the boards. And I remember when you moved to Ripco too, which was like,
yeah.
For me, it was the best thing that happened because we were both on Hurley, and I felt like I didn't want you to be always like under my umbrella, I would say, or my shadow. So I was like, oh, that's the best thing that can happen to Sammy, just to go different ways, and so he can have his own thing. Yeah. So I think Ripco was like the perfect timing right there. And after that, you took off, right? Because remember we were Hurley, and then nothing really happened, and as soon as you moved, everything was just went upwards. It was nice.
Yeah, it's just I feel like the way I grew up was so like cool in a way that I never worried about anything. Like I had you and I had my dad like taking care of everything and kind of like just planning things for me a little bit. Like, oh, probably Sammy should go to this contest with me, or it's just like surfing and not worrying about everything as a kid. Just worried about surfing really. So.
But we had a plan for sure.
You guys had a plan, yeah.
And we had a plan. It just made sense. Like if you're hanging around this for that long, eventually, we can't say for sure, but eventually you're gonna end up here because you've been surfing. Yeah. It makes sense to me you getting nines plus rides here because you've been surfing here since you're 12. So yeah, it makes sense now. But people are like, "Oh, Sammy, like how good he is out here. That's crazy." I'm like, it's not crazy. Like he was 12, he was riding away from here all the way to Kira.
For 10 hours. Because you didn't have that as I did, like have you as an older brother, like traveling and stuff. How's that for you, going to probably a lot of places for the first time, like some of the time by yourself, I would say. So it's kind of like exploring the world that first time.
It was hard. I remember one year in France that Pinga sent me to France and then to do this Pro Junior. And I got there and he gave me some dollars, but I didn't remember that I had to like change the dollars for euros at the airport. So I just got to the airport. The guy dropped me at the hotel right in front of the wave, and the guy left. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go surf, and I surf all the way to dark like I always do. But dark there's at 11 at night. So I got out of the water. I was like, oh, now I'm gonna go eat, and there's no places open.
It's all closed.
And I had only dollars. And I remember going back to the hotel so hungry, and I drank like 2 bottles of water so I could sleep. And I stayed without food all the way to the next day at 2 in the afternoon, because that was the time the guy was gonna come back. So
you got you some euros.
20 plus hours without eating. And I ended up winning that event, which was really funny too. But I didn't have like someone as a brother, but I remember just having Jadson and we had Danilo Costa, which was older than us, Adriano too. So it's like I feel like I have to do that now for someone else, and maybe at some point you have to do it for someone else
Yeah.
too, like just to like help them find a way. Like maybe with the Brazilian, I try to do that. Some of the Australians too, like tell them stuff, and sometimes I send messages. I remember sending a message to Crosby 1 year, to Jet sometimes, like do this, do that. Like
Mm.
I feel like we should do that because that helps a lot through that time that we're like so lost and young.
Yeah.
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 But you had me, but I feel like some people they don't have someone
Most
else.
of the
Yeah,
people,
most
yeah.
of the people don't. So maybe that's a goal for the
Yeah, I
future.
feel like us having
Find
that,
your own
yeah,
little ground
yeah,
that you
yeah.
could help.
We can just kind of give back to the next generation. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't see much about him competing, but feel like I started to realize that when I was like around 10 or 12, like everywhere we would go, would meet someone like same age as him, and he would like that person would tell me like, "Hey, your dad was so good and so annoying in heats," like, and then I'd be like, "Huh, then my dad was pretty good, I guess," but I didn't get to watch him as much. But just hearing that literally everywhere we went in Brazil, like anywhere, there'd be a guy and be like, "Hey, your dad was so annoying, so good."
Because yeah, you were a baby when he was like in his prime. But for me, it was different because I had fights with head judges when I was like 9. Like I remember like flipping off head judges at events when I was like 11, like complaining about scores when my dad used to lose. So it was, yeah, different times. But I was older, so mom would stay home, you and sister and Domi, and I was the one that dad used to take to places all the time, especially the farthest ones. Like the ones that were like 17-hour drive. Like you're
That's
like,
the
oh,
one you would
you're
go.
coming with me. I'm like, cool. And I was just see them there. I remember him going surfing and just leave me like on the beach. Like, oh, like let's say here with Snapper,
Yeah.
he would go out and say, you go surf there, and I'll stay on the foam just and he didn't really care. So it's funny, and from that to like at the end of his career too, like I feel I'm pretty similar because I remember my dad started doing nerves when he was like 36.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I'm doing like him, like getting better and better as the time goes by. And that's when you start really liking loving surfing, and we're like shaping your little board. I remember making our fin smaller, the center one. It's really funny too, but yeah, it's like the picture you posted us the other day. Like
Yeah.
I remember just going on the beach, having you on my arm. Like, oh my god, so much stuff to carry.
As a 10-year-old,
Yeah, the 10 year
9-year-old.
old. The stuff I like the most is like fighting the judges at 10 years old with my dad. I think that's the most fun I had. This like, you just dropped my dad, like F you, like you're a really bad judge, and yeah, just going to events and then going home being so angry. I guess it was really. It's funny because we are super competitive, but quiet competitive.
Yeah.
We don't show as much, and my dad is just like that too. That's why people say he's annoying and stuff. But on land, he's so calm,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then having him on tour for me, like at the beginning, I felt it was really nice to have someone close, but after for me, it was like more of pressure because he was always like kind of too hard, and mom was more like
Yeah.
love and stuff. So that's when I think when we split more, and I was like, oh, maybe you should stay home and help Sammy through those years. And I felt like you went through the same phase later on, like
Yeah.
of having him. It was nice, and then it became a little tough sometimes. But I feel like he understands more now that he's at home and being with mom, and we're doing our thing too. And for me, having kids now, it's more like I want my kid to be like that, like grow up and do his own, like their own things.
Yeah.
That means I was a good dad.
Yeah.
So I think now he understands he was a really good dad and
Yeah.
we were doing other things. But yeah, for me, it was more of like, I can see what happened to me happened to you.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just phases. I think becoming a man,
Yeah.
even for you now having your own crew, not having same stuff as me. Maybe we do have trainers and stuff, but it's not the same when you have your own coach. And
Yeah.
that's why I feel like you're clicking more this year because you feel you have more stuff that you chose, you picked, and you made your own decisions. Not me, not Dad, or anyone else. So, but growing up was nice just to have him, and I learned competing watching him.
Yeah.
Remember, we used to have those fights. Like I remember, Dad was like, "Why you didn't do this?" I'm like, "It's your fault.
Yeah.
I compete just like you because I
Yeah.
watch you. So at the end of the day, it's your fault, not my fault. You know, because I always watch you competing this way. So it's not my fault. You know?
It's your fault.
It's your
You're
fault.
always too picky with
Yeah,
plays.
you're like picky with ways. I'm picky with ways.
So what do you want me to do?
Yeah. But,
Yeah. It's fun. I feel like it's just different phases that you said. I like we have no idea how his childhood was with his dad. Obviously his dad our grandfather passed away when he was super young, so I wonder how that was for him, not having that father figure, I would say. So that's like him, having us and probably being a little hard on us a few times.
Yeah.
Because probably he didn't have someone there with him. And,
yeah, a lot of pressure for
and
sure.
then seeing you as a father now, probably looking back at everything and just doing your way as a father and growing up, like taking care of your kids your way. And definitely I felt like there was that pressure at times with our dad, just how hard he was on at least on me when I was a little older. I feel like just because he knew the potential we had and maybe we weren't achieving our potential as soon as probably we wanted and he wanted.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe that got him a little frustrated and us frustrated a little bit in the beginning. And I feel like now when we started traveling together, it was a lot more like how our mom was always with us, just like being just love and really relaxed during events and just having that happy feeling and competing, not just being stressed all the time.
Yeah. But now when I call him now, I feel like he's happy, but I feel he's more relieved because of what you say, like that we're like fulfilling that potential that he always saw.
He looks more relaxed.
Yeah, he's like, they are in a place that I always like look. But yeah, as you say, he was always stressed because of that, and that made us rush things, but that made us what we are now, right?
Yeah.
So it's all good, but yeah, for him it was a lot of pressure because he had to like bring money for his mom and sisters plus my mom and me because I was the firstborn and my mom was just 17 and my dad had everyone there, so yeah, pretty happy. Yeah, I feel like style it came from that because he's not stylish, but remember like he lets the board do its thing and
was never rushing too much.
So I feel like that has its own way of doing stuff. So he's so talented from the beginning. Like he started surfing at 16 and still like made a career out of that. And I see so many similarities from him and you, especially the carve. It's like I'm watching
crazy similar
those hits back in I don't know 90 something. But yeah, but I think it's funny because I feel like our style it's from all the Australians that we watch.
True, yeah.
I remember watching so many surf movies from Joe, and um, obviously I had CJ and Bobby Martinez as idols too. So for you, it's the same, like watching Jordy and those guys, and it's so much about like watching and learning and try to imitate that. And it's funny now because I feel like now Brazilians are more stylish now
Yeah.
than the other countries, and yeah, it's funny because he wasn't like that before.
Yeah.
So, but it's more about like watching movies and all the time. I remember bringing movies to you, like the first Julians and
Scratching the
yeah,
surface.
Scratching the Surface and Modern Collective, which was a bit later on, but still, we always it was something that we always picked to. Remember, we're like, I like this guy because of the style, and
Yeah.
then we go to surfing
Yeah.
and turns. But the first thing we picked
Was
was
style,
yeah,
yeah.
was style.
Always the
So,
first
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's funny, I was literally the first thing that we focused on was like, I like his arm positioning, I like his carves, and then watch that guy over and over again.
I remember the days you were like, you're so focused on John that you always let your arm like
Yeah, always my front arm
yeah,
was
front
laying
arm down, and like he was like 12 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, that was like
Overdoing
funny.
it.
Yeah, overdoing it, definitely. And then you let go of that
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, thank God. But yeah, but John's style is cool, but you were overdoing it, so you look like you're like
Look weird.
yeah, you look like you had a numb arm or something,
Yeah.
like flicking around. But yeah, but I think we had those similarities of like picking style first and the surfing. And I find funny that the surfers we picked when we were kids, it kind of shapes the way you are today. Like you always pick Jody and Joe, and then you perform so well on those waves. And then I always pick CJ and Bobby. And then when I won Chopo, it was like it all made sense because everything was pushing me towards those waves that
Yeah.
those guys like to
You
surf.
watch those waves so much.
Yeah, so it's like it's funny because at that age you
Yeah.
pick something that you might become,
Yeah.
and
That's
you
true.
don't even know.
You don't even know.
So it's like now I see because I'm like, oh, Sammy used to love this wave and Joe on this wave, and he's doing the biggest carves. So he always like, oh, it all makes sense.
Yeah, like watching you win Chopo that year, like those literally looked like Bobby, like almost every way. Just how you were taking off so close to the wall and just getting barreled from the very start all the way to the end of the wave, and definitely like similarities everywhere. I'm still like I still get surprised on how like similar I look to my dad's cars. Like once I see his pictures, and I'm
No,
like,
it's
it's literally the same positioning,
Yeah.
but
We
it's
should find that
crazy.
and give it to you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it'll be
crazy.
sick.
Literally the same arm positioning. I mean, I'm kind of more used to Australia already, but it's a place I feel like I don't feel tired like coming here as much as other places. Like feel like really relaxed and at home. Just feel like also having so many Brazilians everywhere. Like I have friends everywhere we go, so I feel like that makes it everything a little easier. But I don't have 4 kids, so you can probably.
No, I feel like Australia, as you say, like they celebrate surfing so much, and they're always like in the water, and they're really active too. So I feel like that clicks with our energy of Brazilians just being so much energy. And I like about here, like we go surf and we see all the little kids, and everyone celebrates surfing so much, especially after bells. Like there's so many Australians that stop me on the street and everywhere and talk about bells. So now I kind of know how big the event is for them too.
Yeah.
It was big for us, like Brazil
Yeah.
and stuff, but for them it's really special too. And they don't really, I feel like they don't really care anymore about nationality. It's all about great surfing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why I think we feel at home here too, because everywhere we go, they're like, "Oh, you rip! Like I love your surfing."
It's all about the surfing, not the nationality. So
Yeah.
it's like cool seeing that. But yeah, I feel like here it's probably more of a surf bigger surf culture than Brazil, of course. It's just everywhere you go, surfing is like the main thing. So
And
yeah,
that's what we love the most. So
that's
it
how we
clicks
grew
well.
up. Yeah, we had a surf school and where we were born. When I was born, we used to stay at the beach for like 10 hours straight,
14 hours.
14 hours straight. So this feels a lot like home, just watching. Sometimes I don't even wonder, like, does anyone work here? Like, everybody's surfing all day. Like,
Yeah.
what's happening? It just feels like they're on holiday every day. So it's pretty cool, like, to see. It matches our childhood, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. Especially those years of the surf school that my dad had, and we had to spend so much time on the beach. And yeah, I felt like we were on holidays forever.
Yeah.
We were not even in school yet, but
Yeah.
I was in school. So yeah, I was happy to be on the beach all day for the full summer. But yeah, I feel like Australia has that summer vibe of
Yeah.
what we had in our childhood. So everyone's on the beach cruising
Yeah.
and living more than chasing money, chasing stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like a few parents coming up to me and like asking me like, "Oh, what do you think about my kid?" And like, what should he do? What should he do? And I'm like, surf like for hours. Like, no, just give myself an example. Like, I got here on a training day and I surfed for 6 hours straight. No water, no food. That's probably not what I recommend, but it's just how much I love surfing, and it's just natural. I feel like it's probably, I'd say probably everyone on tour had a similar childhood, just loving surfing at first so much and not thinking it
that's what dad
as a
did
job.
to us, right?
Yeah,
He never said anything, never like
never.
talk about technique, about how I should have placed my foot, but we were just on the beach all day and surfing as much as we could. And here we are, so it's like more of not planning and doing,
Yeah,
surfing and enjoying. As you say, I remember when you used to go to sleep watching like parkour,
yeah,
like on the movies, and then you like wake up and say, "Oh, Miggy, I had a dream. I was surfing snapper parkour, and he talked to me." So I was like, "Yeah, like that can happen." I was not even on tour yet,
Yeah.
and you're already saying that. So if it's funny that we are here now, and parkour is definitely one of your biggest fans today, which is like really cool too. Like,
I think Miggy will be
not fat.
not fat, hopefully. Playing tennis 100%. You will have a tennis court close to you, really close to you
Maybe a
somehow.
tennis career.
Tennis career maybe later on in
Have a
the career.
career.
Masters tennis.
50 plus.
And yeah, I'd say you'll probably be in a very quiet place. Just kind of what we grew up with, and small town, tennis courts, surf a little bit.
Yeah.
Am I
Sounds about
close?
right,
Am I
yeah.
am I close to your goal?
Yeah,
You will be
'cause-
44?
Yeah,
Oh,
44.
it's
I'll be young,
very
yeah.
young, yeah.
Maybe hanging around still.
I think your lower back will still be okay.
Yeah, I guess.
You think you'll still hang around like into surfing contests, you think?
I think about that every day.
Really?
Yeah, like where I will be when I stop all this. And I'm not sure. There's days I feel like I might come back as a coach or part of some brand or maybe helping out kids. I feel like I'm good with communication, so
Yeah.
maybe that could help. But at the same time, some days I'm like,
I'm over this.
as soon as this is over, I'm hiding. No one in the world will find me. But yeah, I guess it's between those two feelings. But for you, like in 10 years, you'll be like 30,
35?
35. I feel like for me, like your prime still like to come in a few years, still growing, like 26, still so young. And I feel when you get to 28, 29, that will be like the prime of your surfing and everything. And I feel like you'll definitely be a world champion, and yeah, I love to see.
Oh god, don't make me cry. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool.
Ah, tomar no cu! Caralho, o mineiro quebrou 2 vezes o negócio, bro. Thank you! Thank you! And always wish you. Yeah!